everyone for tuning in today to Featured by Frenchie. I am here with Amy from Sew Me Studio, and she will expand on the full version, but we're going to start with the Sew Me Studio. Amy, thanks for coming in today and talking with us.
Thank you for coming. I am a in-house jewelry studio that really focuses on custom design, and I work with a lot of redesigns from past rings, grandparents' rings, just switching it up. And our gift store, our main focus is handcrafted, and with a big focus on local.
Local Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Amy, are you from Pittsburgh?
I am, yes.
Yes, so born and raised, local girl.
Yeah,
And
right up the road, actually.
I love it. And we're
Yeah.
actually right here in Allison Park. We'll make sure to put all that information at the end of the video so you can find the Sew Me Studio. We're going to start here as we talk, Amy, about something that you do all the time for customers, which is a redesign or a new design, like you mentioned with grandparents. This case, you can go ahead and tell us exactly what you're doing.
Okay, all right. So today we are going to take out customer stones from an original wedding band and set them in a ring that I've hand carved and cast into 14 karat yellow. It's just going to be a really organic, different take on this ring, and we're going to melt this down and make a simple textured stack ring. So
It'll be a difference of how they're set in there.
yep, completely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How would you say you kind of got started into getting the clientele that you've got?
Well, I did work at many jewelry stores prior. That's where I got my hands-on training. And then I think I gained a lot of customers through there. And then just word of mouth, I believe.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you're actually pulling stones out of
Yes.
this ring.
So right now.
That ring you didn't make. This is something she had.
Right.
So you're going to pull the stones out of the ring. Now the ring that you're putting them into, what is different about that ring and that setting versus what you're pulling them out of right now?
So this is considered just a bar set. So a lot of the stone is left out showing. The new ring is a bezel set. So it's going to sit flush in and then have metal going all the way around the stone, which is then hammered with some texture.
Now did you make the other ring then too?
Yes.
So you actually make jewelry, not just
Yes.
redesign and put things in place.
Yes.
You actually make the ring. Now is it a gold, a metal? What is it?
It is. So this was carved in wax and then cast in. It can be cast in any metal. So this particular one is 14 karat yellow. But I've done them in rose gold and white gold. I've set them with colored diamonds, sapphires, white diamonds.
And you do that all here in your studio?
I do. Yes.
So you have all the materials that, and I'm guessing you melt the metals
I
to
do,
make
yeah.
them? So you melt here, you make here, and
I
then you
do.
reset them here.
Yeah, some things I do send out for casting depending on what it is. So a design might lend itself to a different direction, but
Sure.
majority of it, yeah, it's here.
So what made you interested in thinking that you would make your own jewelry instead of just continue to work at a jewelry store?
Well, I was always at the bench, so this was always my trained area in the jewelry business. I did sales a little bit, but majority, this was it.
The design part.
Yeah, so I didn't know. I was going to school for it, and I got my first apprenticing job, and haven't changed since.
So you just got the knack for doing it here. But you also feature other artists that have their own jewelry
Right.
as well in the gift shop. We're going to get to that here in a few minutes. But from leaving the main jewelry business, you design your own, you've made your own, you reset for people. And then you expanded that into the gift shop?
Right. So my most favorite part is meeting the artists. Most of them come in store, and we they show their work, and we get started from there. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's really featuring people and what they want to feature, almost like what we're doing here with your business. It's featuring you and your craft, and then expanding that into a gift shop so people can actually come in and see it. And I think that's what really attracted me to what you do here is it's not just an art that you're doing, but you're featuring other artists too. And you try to keep a lot of them local.
I do. That's completely my passion. I feel like what really sparked the gift store ideas is I was always in art, even in early years of school. And so many of my friends were too, and they would just sit. We would just make it, and it would just sit.
Right.
Nobody got to see it. So that's definitely what sparked it. And now just throughout the years I've been involved, I just keep meeting new people and they find me and they can apply on our website as well.
Okay,
So
what is your website? Go ahead and give that a throw in.
it's somepgh.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're right here in Allison Park, and it's a cute setup. We also have a cafe next door, which we're not going to talk about. Shh. That's for the next time that we visit Amy, and we're going to go through that too. You'll get a little sneak peek of that. But that is connected here, and you're right off of Route 8. You're easy to find. It's not like you're hidden anywhere. So take a quick turn off of Route 8, and you pull right in here.
Right.
So how many hours would you say it takes, like when you're going to be working on this project? You've already made the ring, which takes time of itself.
Right.
But to redo this set is going to take...
A good handful of hours. Yeah, because there's multiple steps, so I would say 3, 4, possibly.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll make sure to show everybody the finished product of that when you get it done.
Okay.
I want to go take a look at the gift shop. You feature other artists, so this is one of your favorites.
Yes. Yeah, there's a handful here. These are a few people, artists from around the country. One from California and 2 from the East Coast. These 3 pieces are done here in the store, especially these 2. These mean a ton to me. I've got 3 charms that we're doing a line and collection here in the Somi studio. The Breathe, the Strength, and then we have a Hope. They're all on the website. They all mean a ton to me. There's a big why behind them. So, and with every sale of those, we give back. And then these
You
are
give
just
back to a certain organization?
we do. So with the Strength charm, we give back to the Writing for the Handicap of Western PA, and with the Hope and the Breathe charm, we give back to the Foundation of Hope, which helps really gets people that are coming out of being incarcerated and back on their feet and giving them a good start, because that's really hard to restart life.
So you
and
feature artists, and then
I do.
you also
I do.
give back to the community that you're featuring.
I do.
I love it.
Thank you.
So those are pieces that are from here
Yeah. Yes.
that you make in the studio.
We do.
And then a couple of those are other artists.
Right. This piece was hand done here, so all the links were handmade, and we go to a lot of shows across the country to handpick stones and buy stones. So this piece was done here as well.
I love
So,
that.
yeah.
That's amazing. Let's check out some other things. So that's just barely even a little pick of what you have throughout this store.
Right.
Let's check out what else you have.
Okay.
All right, Amy. The first time I walked in this store, obviously, being in real estate, I checked out the stained glass windows. Tell me, this is a local Pittsburgh artist.
This is. She. Her name is Melinda Miller. She's from Aspinwall, Pennsylvania, and she just creates. There's not a single one that is the same. She recycles everything. All the glass is either donated or she finds, and as well as these are just vintage windows. Construction Junction is a big. She's a big fan of. Yeah. So everything is one of a kind, and you never know what you're gonna get.
I love it. Salvage Pittsburgh is a place that opened up in Mars, and they have another location, and they do a lot of the vintage windows, things like that as well.
Yep.
So she just does the mosaic from stained glass or colored glass.
Yep, she does.
And you have 3 pieces here, so.
We just moved the other ones. We had 3 big ones.
I was going to say, you had another big one here.
Yes.
I've been here before, everybody.
Yes.
This is not just the first stop.
Right.
It won't be the first of many.
Yes.
Now, this wasn't something we had talked about, but I have to pull them out. You are selling, maybe not called Bernie mittens, but I think lately there have been a couple memes made about somebody sitting around with some mittens. I have to talk about them. First of all, they're very warm and soft, to take the joke aside.
Yes.
If they weren't a fashion trend, they need to be, because I'm probably walking out with a pair of these today. Tell me about these.
So it's a friend duo that make them. They both have their own take on what they're going to do. Sometimes they embellish with buttons, a lot of times, but they upcycle sweaters. So they go
Sweaters. So they're made through sweaters.
They are.
Now, will they do custom if you give them a
They
sweater?
will, yes, they will. They will.
Because these are Steelermans right here.
Right? That's what she's like. We
Black
were
and yellow.
always trying to find Steeler, but super cute.
Sure, they are. They're fantastic. You were ahead of the trends and you didn't know it. I love this, and they're local, you said.
Yeah.
So, as we mentioned, how many artists do you think you even feature in your store?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. I love it. So, I mean, just be aware, everybody, we are showing bits and pieces, a half a dozen of your favorites, and as we go, it's like, this is another one, and you have stories, and so you have to come in and check out Amy and talk to her specifically about what she offers. Let's go over a couple more pieces you had mentioned. You know, we're trying to be aware a little bit, give some space, but tell me what you have here with
Karen Mckee, she's a local artist. She's been with us for 10 years, pretty much a year after we opened, but her work is just really phenomenal. And again, every time she brings something in, it is completely different, unique. Her flowers, this is new to her. They're just, we can't keep them in, so.
I love it.
And
So
they're all just their wall hangings.
they're wall, I was just going to say, are they wall
Yes.
hangings that can be on your desk?
Yep. So, yeah, I'm just a big fan of hers. She makes a lot of trays and just functional pieces that
Now, does she do the woods as well?
she doesn't. No, that's
So this is
that's
another
a new
artist.
guy.
Okay.
He owns a farm locally and does a lot of tree work and outdoor landscaping. So
Landscaping.
he's been using burl piece of wood to
Wow,
create
it's smooth,
beautiful
too.
bowls. Yep, they're all food safe, and he oils them so you can use them for serving, pasta, anything. So yeah.
Okay, so these caught my eye, and you said they were definitely. I feel like I've read or heard a story about this artist, and then it clicked when you said coffee stains.
Oh, okay.
So tell me.
He's amazingly traveled,
Okay.
but he is from Pennsylvania, and his whole pieces started with coffee stains. So that's kind of
so
where
there
it
could be a
sparked.
coffee stain.
Yep,
So you
most
put
of
the
them-
mug.
Most of them, that's his little signature, and then he mixes in watercolors as well. So, but the darkening is actually painted.
So basically, we need to stop yelling at the kids when they spill the coffee
Yes.
because it could
Make it.
become our new career.
Yep, make it art.
You might hear a little chattering in the background. That we mentioned is a cafe. You'll be seeing that with Featured by Frenchie here soon. But let's get back to our crafts. So if you hear the chattering, don't worry. You'll hear and see a lot more of that. But I can't think enough. Tell me your story. You said this one artist has been with you for 10 years.
Yes.
So how long have you been here or been open?
We've been open for 11.
11 years. Okay.
It was a dream of mine early in high school, and I just stuck with it, and then I lost my dad in 2008, and that kind of just kickstarted like life can change super fast.
Right.
And so 2009 we opened.
So there's a bit of that connection too. It's that restarting, keeping a memory of him,
Yep.
and keep going on things too.
Yeah.
Where did you come up with the name?
The last birthday gift I had made for someone, right before I was opening, I was struggling with the name, and she opened it, and I would hear this a lot. Oh, this is so neat.
I love it.
So that is.
So it's stuck.
Yep.
So
My
the
husband's
full
like,
name.
I think you've got the name.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So it's So Me Artisan and Jewelry.
Artisan Wears and Jeweler Studio.
Artisan
So
Wears, that makes
Artisan
sense.
Wears,
You
yep.
wear
Yep.
and studio.
Yes.
Okay. I can't thank you enough, Amy,
Thank
for
you.
not only opened up your store, your life, your story with us a little bit. You can find Amy on what social media platforms?
We're on Instagram, Facebook.
And soon to be YouTube, obviously, with Featured by Frenchie. Check out her website. You're always featuring things on your social media platforms. And just be aware, I know this is towards the end of what we're talking about. This isn't just a women's store. Men, you guys need ideas for those women all the time. And I know someone, especially the men in my life, would not mind having a bowl like this instead of just a regular glass bowl.
Right.
But then again, you feature the other artists that have like the leaf and a little more feminine too. So. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
I love
Thank
what
you.
I do. I loved visiting So Me. I know that you will too. So make sure you follow Amy and check back in with us for the next video. Have a blessed day.